Or if you find a wall, you can just do a wall stand and then somehow
Whoa.
maneuver it. But that's
Do it by
a little-
yourself.
Might be a little dangerous.
Alex walks in. Hayden's just in the closet.
What are you doing in there? Just push the beer keg into frame. There's a beer
I've
keg
always
in here, I
wanted-
swear.
I've always wanted to try this.
Western media, Two Thumbs Up specifically became a thing, I think, because of Siskel and Ebert. You know, like the rating, the
Oh, yeah.
video or movie rating show, right?
Hayden.
I have to
what
interrupt.
do you-
I have to
Hayden's
interrupt
doing
here.
sign language?
Yeah, sign language. My dumb butt fucking didn't hit record. So, start again.
Did you hit it now?
I've hit it now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Ask me again, Justin. Ask me again.
So, God damn it. Do you... Here's why it's funny. Here's why it's funny, Hayden. And I think I may be the fool, because that was an April Fool's joke. You didn't know there was no thing, and that was.
I don't know what. I was like, hang on. Did you guys
but
talk
then-
something
but then-
together? And then you're like,
Oh.
we'll just ask
Oh.
Hayden.
Oh man.
Oh, that's. Oh, he hit stop. He heard the question. He panicked. He's like, stop.
Stop record. What the
No.
fuck?
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
the
I'm happy to go. I'm happy to
turntables-
ask it again.
Oh, that you can. Okay, ready? And act surprised. 3.
No, I'll give a proper answer
no.
this time.
No. It wasn't about the answer. It was about the.
Why always going to pick on me? Always on me.
Well, to be honest, I was going to do this to both of you,
I had a feeling you were.
but then I was like, you know what? It's not gonna work. You need the convincing factor. So I needed a convincing factor of, if it didn't work, like somebody like, what the heck is going on? And then somebody to have this elaborate answer about a ridiculous thing, quite frankly, which, by the way, Shao, you were selling it, man. I was like, damn. And then to go back and to see, and then to see what you had come up with in that time about this, the philosophical implications of giving a thumbs up rating at the end of a show and what it means as humans. But anyways, and I had a feeling you would be more convincible about forgetting something.
Yes.
And that was my that is the answer.
Yes.
Uh,
I would have gone somewhere along the lines of the Roman Empire, but we'll never know.
Well, let's do it. Let's go. Let's hear your answer, Hayden, as to what it means to us, the philosophical implications of the thumb rating system, and what it says about us as people.
So, when I first was approached with this question, I didn't quite have an answer yet.
2 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yep.
So I had to sit on it for a little bit. And I thought, when is the earliest instances of the use of a thumbs up and a thumbs down for both a good thing and a bad thing that we remember off the top of our head? It got me thinking, who were in recent memory, and I say that, it's over 2,000 years ago, but who were the first people that we think of when we think of thumbs up and thumbs down in terms of rating of something? And it goes back to, yes, the Caesars of ancient Rome. Thumbs up
I
for a
would
jolly
say,
good show.
the Colosseum.
The Colosseum. Thumbs up for a good show.
Well,
Thumbs down for a bad performance. So, fast forward to modern day times, We give a good old thumbs up if we're enjoying a show, thumbs down if we think it absolutely sucks ass, and the old middle ground if we're unsure. So in terms of philosophical implications,
Yep.
is that what the question was? I mean, a lot rides on getting a thumbs up. A lot rides on getting a thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, even there's even more riding on it. Because you don't want to have a stink pile of a show that gets a thumbs down, because that could just affect any future seasons or sequels if it's a film. If it's just for the general public, you know, how's my outfit today? It's or it's woo. Lots going on there. So you're always aiming for that thumbs up, unless you really don't care. Then you can go middle fingers up to whoever disagrees. That's where I'm sitting. No fences today. No fences.
No fences, but your answer made as much sense to me as my question did to you, apparently. Shao,
Yes, sir.
As long as you learned something from it, Justin. As long as you learned something.
I'm gonna have to listen back and try and figure out what all this means. Do you guys take part in, because today's April Fool's, not by the time this comes out, obviously, but day recording, it's April Fool's. Do you guys partake? Have you partaked? Feel about it? Do you feel it's become too corporate now? Like when you see things posted, it's like, oh, Dairy Queen's got a new Blizzard out. What kind is it? Oh, dead cockroaches. You know, like
I
it's
thought
just
you were
like
going to say
too
babies
much.
for a second.
And I would have been like, I'm surprised there's not a lineup.
Yeah.
That's not real?
But no, like, how do you guys, like, because I find now, anyways, I'll let you guys answer first.
Well, for me, I don't really partake. I know the tradition is that you must fit in all your foolishness before 12 p.m. That's the deadline, apparently, according to tradition. But now people do it all day. I particularly did not enjoy it today because I woke up to a lot of fake Canucks news.
Oh no, and you're still sleepy.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Yeah.
what?
You have to double check everything. It's like
Quinn Hughes came back, or for a second round pick and Marcus Pettersson. What? So just yeah, I don't really care so much about it anymore. Maybe as in elementary school, it was fun just to think of stupid little pranks to do on your friends and stuff like that. But now there's a lot of stuff you can see on social media, pranking just any day, every day.
Yeah,
there's
that's true.
there's not much. It's gone a little bit, fell a bit flat over the years, I feel, for me.
Right.
I concur. I fucking hate this day for social media purposes. I concur.
Oh yeah.
Because it got me the first time that it sort of was big everywhere on social media, and I was like, oh, there's a whole bunch of like things being released, and then you're like, oh, hang on, this is all just fake shit. And now it's like I just can't stand going on there because I know that everything I'm going to read is going to be fake. Even though some of it is real still, it doesn't filter through. And people aren't automatically like forthcoming with the fact that it's false. They're just assuming that you go, it's April 1st, you know, it's going to be be fake.
Always check your sources, man.
Yeah, but a lot of it's like Shah said, with like sports stuff or films or TV things that got greenlit, and films that are gonna, like, it was like, oh, like I follow a James Bond account on Instagram, and they were like, Henry Cavill cast as James Bond after all the, you know, years of speculation. And I was like, oh really? And then I was like, hold up. When did this get posted? Oh, today. Yeah, no, this is bullshit. Like,
I'll check in again tomorrow. It does become too much. It's like, and I don't know if that's so much as the heart of it. You know, like, I like the idea of it as if you're pulling a prank. You're not just lying to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, for example, at work today, we had yesterday, one of the guys that works there has a keyboard, and we have a box of like old keyboards. We got new keyboards. And so I thought it'd be funny if I took the keyboard that looked like his, popped the keys off, and rearranged the keys. And the guy that works beside me, he had the idea, and he spelt the guy's name on the top row, Cameron. So it says Cameron at the top, and then the other letters are all mixed up. So I'm in first, like 6:30. Cameron's in at 7, and this other guy's in until 8. So we wanted to all be there. So we didn't do it first thing. I didn't do it first thing in the morning before he came. So at one point in the day, like 9 o'clock or something like that, I took Cameron and I kind of distracted him. I took him to like a different area, but he came in, just swapped the keyboards, went back. Well, he wasn't on his computer for a while. Like he was kind of helping out in the showroom and doing some stuff. So for so long, we're just sitting there. And every time he'd come back to his computer, we're just like kind of watching, right, to see, but he wasn't going on. It wasn't going on. Finally, he gets a call in, and the guy calls him in, and he's like, "Hey, do you think if I give you a serial number, you'll be able to tell me the year this equipment was purchased?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." He's like, "Give me the serial number." Starts hitting keys on his keyboard, and he's like, the guy would say like L, he would hit L. It's like N comes up. He's like, "What?" Like, okay. And then he's pushing it, and he's like, "What the heck? Like, what?" And you go backspace, and he says to the guy on the phone, he's like, I don't know what's happening. He's like, "I'm pushing one letter and a different letter." And then looking at his keyboard, then he saw his name, and he's like, "I'm sorry, man. The guy switched the letters around on my keyboard." He said the guy on the other line was just like howling, and then he got off, and it was all good. It's like harmless. It was just like, it was funny. I came back from lunch, and normally I put it in just like lock mode when I go away, step away from my computer, but for whatever reason I didn't today, of all the days. And I come back to my computer, and you can go into settings in the computer, and it flips the screen. So whenever you move your mouse, it moves opposite, and everything is upside down on the monitor. So like trying to navigate and get back in to like flip it around was an adventure. But so like little things like that is kind of fun. But to just like post and say Quinn Hughes traded back to the Canucks, it's like, I don't get the humor in that.
Yeah, right. There's some pranks that I really don't like to see anymore. Is that those for example, the guys hiding in the bush, or as the wearing all the leaves and stuff, and they just jump out and scare people.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like there's sometimes I think if I'm having a bad day and if that happens to me, it's not gonna end well. Yeah. Or the ones where people are shopping and they put a fucking bucket on their head. I think the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, like whatever. And then there's a line now, I feel, that sometimes it's people are hovering over with a foot over the line, that kind of thing. Like you're potentially just ruining someone's day to get your clicks, and you don't really care about how that person feels or whatever, right? But unfortunately, that's the thing that gives them the thumbs up. Full circle.
Hell yeah, we consume that shit. Yeah. We're like, what an asshole. Just watch his next video.
Yeah. Favorite it.
Show me more of this.
Send it to your friends. Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys remember the last time you've been pranked or pranked somebody?
About 10 minutes ago.
Whether it was April Fool's or not. All right, nice.
That was mine.
It's not going to make the final cut.
Oh, you never know.
We won't count it.
No.
Oh yeah,
it still happened.
Remember.
That's true.
I don't remember when the last time because I do a lot of these small little pranks all the time that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so I can't remember. I mean, on my birthday, I guess you can say I got pranked by, I got iced like 3 times.
Mm.
So that's, you know,
That's always a good one, you know.
yeah.
Like
Oh, it's
I
so
like it when
creative. You can get so really
oh,
creative. Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I was gonna say. When you get when you get iced really good and you're really not expecting it, and it's
Yeah.
just like it's an overwhelming feeling of joy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you see it, you can't help but laugh or make a no comment or like quickly turn to somebody. Like it's just I'm always really impressed by it, and it's really fun when because it's not a thing really anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm trying to bring it back in my
So
friend circle.
when what was I gonna say? But yeah, even when there's been like years between it, and then all of a sudden, like somebody just brings it back to a party or a get together, and it's like I don't know, it's
I
I
wanna
love it.
say the proudest one that I managed to do was I planned it ahead. I went to my friend's house. I snuck in the bottle of ice in my hoodie pocket kind of thing. And
Yeah.
maybe 10 minutes in, I said I had to go to the bathroom. And I didn't have
Hmm.
to, but I stayed in there for like 5, 7 minutes. A deuce, uh, taking a deuce period, 5 to 7
Yep.
at a guest's home. Otherwise, it'd be close to 35. But
As I say,
um,
35 seconds and five and a
yeah,
half minutes of scrolling.
that's right. And
Yeah.
then I put the ice in the tank and I went
Oh.
out and I said, dude, I'm so sorry. I think I fucked up your bathroom. Like it's not flushing, like blah 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 blah. And so he goes in and checks like it's flushing fine. And like no, like before like things were coming out of there. Like I don't know how to open this tank. If you want, like yeah, whatever. He's like
Mhm.
everything's fine. And then he saw it and he said, oh, you know what? That was
Nice.
yeah. The tank one was one of my favorites.
That's good. That's good. Have you
Noise.
seen the people that can like I have a buddy that when he drinks it, he like did this swirl thing and it was just like whoop and it was down. It was like as fast as shotgunning it.
Oh, the tornado. Yeah,
And
tornado.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, what? But I'd never seen it before. And it like blew my mind. And he's like, yeah. Or and then I think later on in the night, because he had got iced and then I got iced later. And I was like, okay, like I need to know how to do this thing. And he's like, yeah, you just put it up to your mouth and like you spin it and then you just I don't know, like
Yeah, it creates
unseal
like a
it.
vortex. So
However he
it
explained it
it
to me. I was like, okay.
yeah, it
So
goes
like
down faster.
yeah, so I went to do it, and then when I unsealed it, it was just like it was like it just started spraying out everywhere. I was like, I don't understand how to do it. Have you done it
It's hard. It's hard.
or just seen it? Yeah.
I can't chug very fast at
It's
all.
funny how scientific we get when it comes to drinking. You put that amount of like thought into the physics of it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, apply that to anything else in life? No, fuck that. But drinking,
Need to be efficient, man.
yeah.
Yeah, there's also another one
If you
called
get
a fish
iced, you
hook.
need to look like a boss.
There's a fish hook technique, and then you put a straw in it as
Yeah.
well in the bottle, and then it's easier to chug because the
Oh,
water gets, I know, sorry, the air gets go in and pushed down and stuff
yeah.
like that. That's yeah. And when you
That's
of
why
course
shotgunning a beer is so efficient.
that's
Because you're
right
doing exactly that. Yeah.
with the opening from top and bottom. Also, just um, apparently, when you smoke out of bongs, whatever those are, that yeah, there's certain way like yeah, certain ways you can draw out the water, and it was like creates a vacuum and all that stuff. All very scientific when it comes to drugs and alcohol.
I was gonna say
Mhm.
they're another type of person that's very science based. Weed smokers. Like,
Oh yeah,
apply anything
And
else
an
in life?
apple,
No.
yeah.
But when it comes to smoking, they'll find any way to make it more efficient.
Yeah.
I've got a quick question though, Shao. What's
yes,
the
sir.
science? What's the science behind a keg stand?
It looks
I
badass.
don't know if there's actual
There's no
science though.
science. Yeah.
Because I've never. I'm assuming you're talking about the thing that you saw on that I posted because
On the old on the old gram.
I've never done a keg stand in my life.
Me
And
either.
so I told my friends that I wanted to do one for my birthday like a year ago, and then they got a keg, and then
Nice.
I was able to do it. But it's so hard for me to. I can't. It just sprayed everywhere. I want a redemption shot, but it's I don't know. I can't
I'm wondering if it's
suck
more
him
to
back
do.
like I used
Yeah.
to.
I'm wondering if it's more to do with like the physicalness of you having a head rush at the same time that you're chugging a beer, and maybe you just get smacked twice as hard. I don't know. That's my
Have you ever
educated
done it?
guess. No, I've only ever done like beer bongs. That's
Beer
with the-
bongs, yeah. Beer bongs are. I find beer bongs faster than because we used to do keg stands. It was fun. I mean, I think the first year, this is an easy way for you to try it, Hayden. So the first year or second year I moved out here, I was still living downtown. My buddy came out to visit me, and we met up with his cousin. And one of them had never keg stand before, and so we're like, "Oh man, we'll go get a little Bubba, like the little Heineken, little mini kegs,
yeah.
and we'll just go around downtown and Stanley Park, and we'll just see how many different places we can, like, keg stand." And we did it like in the middle of Robson Street at, like, I don't know, the early hours of the morning in Stanley Park. But
Jesus.
so if you want to try it, it's not too late. You don't have to get a whole keg. You can get. I don't know if they still make the little Bubbas, maybe, but
I'm sure you can
don't
find
think I-
one.
I don't feel like I've seen
But
them
those
in a while.
ones- yeah. You just need you need two other people with you to hold up your legs while you do it.
Or if you find a wall, you can just do a wall stand and then somehow
Whoa.
maneuver it. But that's
Do it by
a little-
yourself.
Might be a little dangerous.
Alex walks in, Hayden's just in the closet with.
What are you doing in there? Just push the beer keg into frame. There's a beer
I've
keg
always
in here, I
wanted-
swear.
I've always wanted to try this.
Before we move on, I just also want to say that I'm so excited about that. Did I tell you already, Hayden, that I got tickets to see Weird Al?
You did tell me that, yeah.
And so he's coming to play at the P&E.
Okay.
And I heard his shows are just absolute bangers because he does all the classics and he has wardrobe changes.
Yeah.
Like he for Eat It, right? He puts on a fat suit and
Oh, yeah.
And then there's there's so many other like classic songs. You know, I didn't know the original song.
Living
until
in the fridge.
Living in the Fridge. There's some
Living in
songs
the
I actually didn't know the
fridge.
originals until he parried
Amish Paradise. Sorry. Yeah.
Amish what?
Paradise.
Well, speaking of that, I think it's time to.
Oh, it's getting better.
I was like, did you even know?
I said it. Oh,
Did
no.
you even know that you had done it?
No, not until I said it, and I.
Oh,
looked at it
yes.
in
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And
Yes.
he just when he turned and said, "What was it called?" As soon as he said that, with that little smirk, I was like, "God damn!"
Oh yes, baby!
I
We are
can't.
finale day for
Sorry,
Paradise.
stop. Can't, child. Let me sing this moment.
Bask in
Do not
it.
rush us.
Bask in
That
it.
is so. I like. It's the finale. We're gonna be talking about the finale, and I could not imagine a better segue than that. Did not see it coming. Totally set me up. Give me 2 more seconds to just continue my basking. I'm happy to just sit here.
Oh man, I'm so
All
glad
right, man.
you.
All right.
I'm so glad you walked into it because I was gonna set it up as like, oh, what's the Amish something or whatever, and then, but yo, man, you just
You knew.
I-
You knew.
I
I couldn't.
cracked
You
the
knew I
door
like to
open a little
interrupt
bit.
and- yeah.
Oh, whew.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin with this finale, but okay, let's try it. We are diving deep. I don't know how deep into episode 8, the finale of Paradise season 2, titled Exodus. And in this episode, some things get answered, but I feel like there are more questions. I think, in my mind. I don't know about you guys. Before we get into, of course, blah, 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 spoilers, I look back at what season 1 is and how it became season 2. I think we mentioned this before. How different of a show this feels to me. the first season being a little bit of like a thriller whodunit sort of thing, and you find out at the end. I like that kind of show, short and sweet. But then there's a kind of grander scheme of things that's happening inside the little bunker town. And then season 2 became some would I'm not sure what the right word is. They introduced time travel, different realities, new characters. It just it's not something I signed up for, and if had I known, I still might have watched at the beginning. But it just to me, it's become something that I not a huge fan of.
Heresy. No, I'm gonna agree. Agree. So it technically has. I thought the exact same thing. Season 1 was a fantastic whodunit thriller drama. Great premise, great game of Clue, as you guys call it here. It was really well done. And then season 2, are like, what are they going to do? How are they going to expand it? And it became an entirely different genre of story. Self-contained, whodunit, drama, thriller. It was really good. It made us excited for season 2. Season 2 comes along, and they I don't know what they did to it. They changed it to a completely different type of story and almost a different type of genre of story. And I'll say this now before I sound like I'm trashing it too much. It might turn out to be the most incredible second season of a story, depending on how they do season 3. If they somehow manage to effectively and easily tell the audience how the time travel works, like, or the time.
You think it's time travel?
Well, that's what I like. Okay, so this is where I am like, time travel is the easiest way for me to say it, but one of my gripes that I'll get into, a computer is predicting the future. A computer is predicting the future, but it also is able to affect the past. So to me, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Are we talking multiverses? Are we talking... But this is what I'm going to get into later. It got to do with the nosebleeds and a whole bunch of other shit. But it could theoretically be a holy crap. All of that stuff that we hated about season 2 makes perfect sense now in season 3. But in doing it that way, I feel like they might have alienated a huge portion of their audience that no one's even going to check in on season 3 to see if that is the case. So that's what I'm...
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I don't even know where to start because I have issues with the episode itself and I have issues with the season itself. And because this is the final episode, we can talk about it all now because we know the start and the end. I will say this. I watched a bit of the podcast on Disney that they did. Shao, I know you had mentioned, I first heard about it from you, so I don't know if you listened to it or not. But I think you would want to say it was the creator of it had it set up for 3 seasons right from the start. And by the sounds of listening to them talk, he knew what season 1 was going to be. And when Sterling, the lead actor who plays X, was asking, when he finally talked to him about it, because he was nervous to talk to Sterling about it, because he really wanted him. And then when they had the phone call, Sterling, I don't know if you read the pilot. I think it was just the pilot. And he asked, okay, like, what's the arc? Like, what? And then what's season 2? What's season 3? And as he was telling him, Sterling was really excited about it and was in. He's like, I'm in. So it sounds like he had an idea. It sounds like Sterling knew the plan and probably maybe some of the other core people. So I don't know if, like, in reading it or when they just heard about it, because it wouldn't have been written yet, if reading the pilot and then hearing about it, it sounded cooler than it's actually going to turn out to be. Or if, like you say, Hayden, maybe like season 3 is just going to be like a holy fuck. And I hope it is. And And I agree with alienating some of the people that were really into season 1, like us, because I too am unimpressed with season 2. Didn't like it. Didn't like the final episode. I liked certain things, but I have more. Like, I was just reviewing my notes before we started recording, and I was like, I have more. All my notes are things I don't like about this episode, and there's nothing in there that I'm like reviewing. I was like, oh, there's nothing positive. There's nothing positive I jotted down, or like, if it's a question, it's like what the fuck, not a, oh my gosh, I can't wait to find out the answer to this. It's like more, well, what stupid thing are they doing now? So I really hope they pull it together, and they're gonna have to market it really well. Like, I don't enjoy watching trailers. You know this about me, Hayden. Like, I won't. If I'm really wanting to watch the movie or show, like if I know I want to watch it before, like it's a certain writer or director or actors, I won't. And if I watch one that I go, oh, this might be interesting, sometimes I turn off in 3 seconds. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna want to watch this. Anyways, this is one where I'm like, I'm gonna watch it, and they're gonna have to sell it to me in this fucking trailer or this preview of what this season is gonna be about. Because, man, it's even the way they end it, the very end of it. The very last thing is Sinatra saying to X, she gives him the coordinate, says, you know, there's Alex, this supercomputer 100 miles away under the airport, and you need to do this, blah, blah, blah. And he goes like, why do you pick me? How do you know I can't? Or whatever he says. And she's like, well, because I actually think you already have. I'm like, well, why? Like, if this is already happened, like, what am I watching? What am I watching if this is just something that's already happened or already been, whatever it is? I just, so many things in this season have left me going like, what is the point of this? What is the point of the baby? What is the point of Bean? What is the point of like the extra stuff they did with Gary? What is the point of this? What is the point of Link giving up his main mission to find Alex? Gathering an army, finally gets to the bunker, and he stops for some unknown baby from Annie. Like, there's just all these things that, but like you say, maybe it's, I think you talked about it in the last episode, maybe it's like a Doctor Strange thing where the supercomputer knows all this stuff ahead of time. Because this will be the last thing I say before I throw it back to you. Sorry, I know I've been hogging the mic here, but the scientist, when he calls, and they named it after his wife, Alex. Remember how when that episode came out, we're like, I think some reason that's because that's the first time we heard the name. Anyways, so I forget his name. And he's the one building it with Dylan, by the way, which is weird because why? Anyways, that's so many other questions. I can't get into that right now. Sorry, he says to Sinatra, like, we got to kill it. It's ended, terminating. I can't be part of it, blah, blah, blah. She goes, why? Well, this thing just answered in 10 seconds a question that, 1,000 supercomputers couldn't answer in 1 billion years or something like that. And she's like, oh, so like, what's wrong with that? And he's like, we didn't even ask the question yet. It's like, what the fuck? What is going on? What is happening?
Yeah, go ahead, Hayden.
That was one of my things as well. I was like, how did we not pick up that Link was the same guy that was like that?
Very brief. The hair was different. He had
I'm like, is
mannerisms.
it the same actor? Is he clean shaven? He's got like, how did we not link that? No pun intended.
Nice.
Ooh, very good.
Literally wasn't.
That was very good.
But then I thought, okay, this is one of the things what this season has done, where they've just like, the writers are like, oh shit, we need a reason to move it on. How do we get that? Link all of a sudden is in this lecture, and he's like, I built this thing.
Yeah.
That already does what you're talking about in theory. And I'm like, well, that's convenient.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Like, because how are you going to... it's an AI supercomputer that can foresee the future. I'm like, well, that's a huge stretch even for a science fiction book. At least a science fiction book would give us the science behind it. You're just telling us that this is what it is and this is what it does. That's it. And we're supposed to ride along with that? Okay.
Can we just shit on this episode all like this episode, like Exodus, all this episode?
I have nothing.
Yes.
I don't really have anything good to say about it.
Yeah,
There's an interview apparently with the writers or creators that they did kind of explain how the Alex stuff works, but it kind of left me a little bit more confused. They use this cheese wheel analogy, like a block of cheese.
Yeah.
And inside this block of cheese has the past, present, and future, but it's not linear. It's all in one thing. And so there's a lot of different realities in it. And so you can have a slice from this timeline and insert it into their timeline, and you can and every time they have a nosebleed, something gets split again.
Anomaly.
Something like that. So
yeah.
I have a couple main questions. One being, because Alex now is become a character. You can argue that Alex is actually, you can say the villain because the whole time Sinatra didn't know that Alex's capabilities were like this, right? I think Sinatra built wanted to build the machine to save the world.
Yeah.
Because of her, she wanted to build it so whatever, right? But then everything that happened in season 1 that led to it, we were kind of led to believe that Alex has manipulated some of that, and you know what I mean? Because the things that Alex kind of started to sprinkle into the timeline has been happening technically since season 1, but we don't know what it is, and we don't know what Alex's goal is. If you know what I mean? Because why is Alex manipulating all this stuff for it to be ultimately get destroyed?
But can Alex manipulate timelines? I get like I that's the thing. I was like, I still don't.
Because Alex is the one that just tries to manipulate with the message about Jane and stuff like that too, right?
Yes, but what was the point of that?
I don't know what the point of that fucking thing is. Too. Also, the fucking Jane thing. Let's not get started with fucking Jane because she's not there in that shot on the shower when they. I don't know if you guys noticed. It was.
I thought something was standing. Yeah.
And then she's not in the shower anymore, which we assume that means she got up and left. But then the creators in that same interview said that she's gone, like that Jane is dead. So I don't know what the fuck's happening there. And we had suspicions, everyone, that can't be the end of Jane because she got a whole fucking episode.
Jane and Annie back for next season.
Janny?
Nice. If they're both
Janny
in present time in the series season opener, guys, I'm gonna turn it off.
They have a lot of explaining to do.
Can we also go ahead, Hayden.
No. So I don't get how Alex can send things to the past when it can only predict the future, but its predicting of the future is manipulating the past. If writers have to tell you a cheese analogy for you to try and understand what they're trying to convey, then they haven't done a very good job. But what gets me is they've already shown us that if somehow there is... So, okay, I've got to go on a little side tangent here to get to my point. So I thought that the whole point of season 1 and season 2 was that Sinatra lost her son, so she lost out of her own control. So she spends all of this money taking total control of everything, of existence. She had to be in control of everything. So when she was like, I've figured out a way to save the planet from the Venus effect, She was in control of that. And then, skip forward to the end of the episode, she willingly gives up her own life because a computer told her. I'm like, what happened to being the ultimate person in control, and then all of a sudden you're giving up? You're giving up on your husband and your daughter that's still alive. I was like, this is stupid. Also, the thing with time, as we've seen time and time and again in different films and stuff, like Back to the Future, if something happens, you have free will to change your reaction, altering the future. Supercomputer goes, Sinatra, you're going to die today. She can be like, well, you know what? Maybe I'll choose not to die today, instead of just blatantly following it. So, and this is getting me to the point of, she believes that Link is her son survived. In an alternate timeline, he survived. Therefore, she's done good. Again, regardless of a husband and daughter that are still alive. But Link has no recollection who she is, who his sister is, any of that. He just has the same name, same birthday. So if he is in fact the same person and he somehow managed to fold back in time on himself into a timeline where they both coexist, young Dylan till he dies and then old Dylan suddenly appears, it didn't make any sense. And I'm like, okay, if characters are able to reappear and then have no memory of the character, so Jane and Annie could come back from the dead, but they would have no recollection of who they were or who they meant to anyone. And if they try and play it off like, oh, Annie came back because Alex needed Annie to be in that timeline, and then all of a sudden there's a baby. Sorry, it's now also called Annie.
And what's the significance of the baby? There's got, like, we're going to find out at some point who it is. I know they said Annie, but like, I feel like there's more to that baby.
Has to be.
When it gets to a certain age, it's going to be adopted, or because the parents are, whatever's going to happen, and they're going to be like, oh, we're going to call you Sinatra, or you know what I mean? It's going to be, gonna be like,
oh God, no.
Well, I'm gonna go off on a limb here, and because of the episode title, Exodus. Mm-hmm. So Exodus is the story of Moses when he escapes with the Israelites from the Egyptians and leads them through the desert for not very well. It takes 40 years to get him through a small desert.
Nice jab. Okay.
I know, I'm like, dude, come on.
He was old. Come on.
You had the power of God on your side, and you got lost in the desert for 40 years. But anyway,
he used all his energy parting the Red Sea.
Exactly.
That's not easy to do. Do you know how hard that is to do, Hayden? Have you ever parted the Red
I've
Sea?
never stood in front of it and tried.
It takes. Well, yeah, that's a fair point. We don't know if you can or can't.
Yeah,
because
that's very true.
Yeah. Good. Okay.
You look like someone who can do it, but sorry.
He really
no,
does.
I look more like the guy that can walk on the top of
all
it.
this time. Hayden's like,
okay, okay.
So this is where I was getting to. So if they're going biblical in that, and obviously, again, side rant, Link and his crew, they got pushed aside. Xavier's character got pushed aside for this episode. It was the meltdown was the main character of this episode. The nuclear meltdown. That was it. Everybody else was kind of like, I felt like there was nothing. But anyway, I thought Link would have more importance. But he was just like you said, Justin, kind of gave everything up. He's got his hands on his kid. He's done. So Xavier is going to be the Moses. He's going to lead 30,000 people. Never mind, they didn't actually show whether or not the people in the jail in the basement got out. They didn't show that.
That's true.
And then also, how many people are in the Denver one with Alex?
Yeah, if some scientists, like a handful. It's kind of what it sort of
Yeah.
seems like. But you don't know because we haven't seen it all. We
No.
could go there and there's an army. You're like, where the fuck did the army come from?
Yeah.
Like they did in season 2. Yeah, man, this, like, never mind where it's going to go. I thought for even like a series finale, I thought they were a bit too unrealistic in some moments, unbelievable. Like some of it was actually painful for me to watch, and some of it, and I don't know if it's just because this season as a whole has been a little bit questionable for us, so I'm watching it like more intently, like from a critical standpoint instead of from like a pure entertainment. But like, for example, the when they did the full lockdown, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I was thinking they did the full lockdown and the oxygen was released at the same time, didn't it stop the lockdown? Like they couldn't do anything, like the gates, they weren't able to move the gates or something. Because then in this episode they just, I think, opened the gates. Because then that was the thing, they're like, open the gates because we gotta
Get everybody
no,
out.
that was Dr. Sexy said that at the beginning of this episode, right? But didn't it end with they couldn't do something with the gates? Like I was very confused.
Yeah, the whole thing seemed a little
It was
like far-fetched that that's just what would happen. Like,
yeah,
I felt like the guy that designed it, he just falls over and splits his head open and is dead.
yeah.
And I was like,
They Ozarked him.
yeah, I was like, how did he not know that it was going to cause a nuclear meltdown? Also, what's his nuts? Jeremy? Can you imagine that conversation? He was like macking on with Xavier's daughter at the end of it, and they're all happy that they survived. But can you imagine if Xavier finds out why it happened? It was Jeremy's fault that the whole thing nuclear bombed anyway. He was the one that caused it.
Yeah, but he didn't know they were going to go into a full lockdown at the same time. He was trying to free everybody. So I think Jeremy's intentions were good. But I know what you mean. For me, like what I didn't like about it, another thing I didn't like about it is I felt that this was like high stakes. Okay, X finally gets Teri, his wife, somehow. And maybe this is an untold thing, and they said never an emergency, just wait by the gazebo. But they're like running to the house. He's not there. And then they go to the gazebo and he's just happens to be standing there. Sure. Okay. They find him. But then I think when Teri was in the house, and there's maybe another moment at the elevator scene when X and Sinatra were there. But like I just remember there's like 3, maybe even 4 moments in this episode where is like high stakes. And then it just like they stopped. And then there's just like this little sentimental moment, or it's like, motherfucker, every second counts. What are we doing? Like, I just didn't feel like it was like high stakes, and it was just like, and then it would stop. It wasn't like a quick snap out of or something. It was like they would have this like little moment for the camera, and then it was like, and then high stakes again. And I was like, no, man, like just build it. And like when you're running, man, like you got to run.
I have a
So I just
theory
felt like
on
the pacing was weird.
I have a theory on that, and I talked with my Alex about it, not the supercomputer Alex about it. But I feel like this this season, they've gone out of their way to show us how in love X and Teri are.
Oh, the Dr. Sexy thing's coming out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you trying to make us forget that that's what happened in season 1? And then one of the very last scenes where he just introduced, like it's nothing. The very last scene, we have Dr. Sexy, X, and his wife. And he's just like, oh, Teri, this is my therapist. This is my wife. I'm like, I remember season 1, buddy. Does your character in season 2 not remember? I will say that the Dr. Tarabi, she played it off like, oh shit, your wife is like alive. We did the nasty in the shower. Whereas X is just like,
I remember.
Yeah, X is just like, this is my therapist. Like he doesn't even remember.
It is a therapist. Yes.
And then that got me thinking, oh, is this a time lapse thing? Is he a different version of himself that didn't do that? What the fuck?
Oh, please no.
Well, he's had a few nosebleeds.
Yeah. But then I thought, well, that would be stupid because he's singular. People aren't disappearing and popping up, just randomly in the
Yeah.
timeline. I felt like they did a lot in this season to tell us. They even gave us a whole episode on how much they are in love with one another.
Maybe in this one, and we don't know, is when the plane crashed, he actually died. But there was another reality, a universe, where somehow he survived that crash. And then so that was the one that took over on the plane crash.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like
Maybe the one time leaves your body as the other time enters at a moment of death or possible death. I'm just talking out of my asshole now.
No, but that's the whole thing.
Like what? Listen to us talk about this. Just listen to us talk about this. It's. I don't know. It's so.
There shouldn't be this many questions at the end of it.
Yeah.
Unexplained, like you said, not excited questions. It's more like, huh? What? They're gonna have to fix that in the next season.
Yeah, and I still don't even really. I honestly, even as we talk about it, and I hear you guys talk about it, and I think about it, like I still don't really fully understand, and maybe we're not supposed to yet, is kind of how I'm feeling anyways, because I don't understand. Or the writers have completely fucking missed, but like I don't really understand what Alex is other than a supercomputer that can predict the future somehow. Like that's all I really know about it. How different bodies, and we're talking about timelines and stuff now. Like I like did I miss that? I like to think I'm a pretty in tune audience member, but like I just have no idea what Alex is or the point of it or why they yeah.
Yeah, it just goes back to the thing where, because Alex has been described as this almost all powerful thing that can, what that he said in the to Sinatra where they haven't even asked it yet. It's super powerful. It can predict things, but I just don't understand why. If it seems like Alex already knows what's gonna happen, has the capability of knowing what's gonna happen, and yet all these things are leading up to, like I said, it being potentially destroyed. Because that's what Sinatra wants Xavier to go do, right? So I don't know.
Well, doesn't the Alex? What's the code on the card?
the coordinates
To what?
to where it is it not?
Right. Oh, another question. This
Yeah.
thing was put through. We think it's the code. It's coordinates something. We think you're user X. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, that's Professor X. But whatever. And it's but like it wasn't clear. Like if it was giving the coordinates to shut it down, why wouldn't it just give a message to unplug it or smash it with a hammer while you're there right now? Like what is, you know what I mean? Like why would it give its own coordinates to? That doesn't make sense.
Oh, also speaking of smashing things, it reminds me of last episode with Jeremy and Robinson. I think she was so useless in that whole like their journey. Ever since she joined them in for the escape plan,
Yeah.
her character's pretty useless. Like she didn't add anything to it. I guess they only showed the audience how good of a person James Marsden, the president, was, because they were, she's saying all these great things about him and then got Jeremy to agree or whatever it is, right? But then at the end she was about to die and then he had to go save her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that was just put in there and it ate a lot of time. I think it was so useless. It was so pointless. But yeah, I think the general consensus we can all agree for this, not only this episode but this entire season. Yeah, thumbs down. At least one thumbs down for me.
I give it 2. If I had more, I'd give it those ones as well. I'm bummed, man.
You don't have no
even
idea. So
as this episode went along, like we were critical, but it was like, okay, like where are we going? The bunker stuff's still interesting. Link getting there, what's happening? And then there's all this other kind of nonsense happening in the background with Annie and dying and the baby and Bean and like X and Teri like meeting. Who cares? Jane, which I liked at first, but now I'm like, well, what was the point of that? Like, and as it went on, we were more and more critical and less forgiving of the other stuff. And it's like, well, they better answer. Like, they need to hit a home run for us.
Yeah.
And like, I know that's how I felt personally, and I think it absolutely failed on that for me. There's really, I can't tell if it's because we're 2 seasons in that there's a little bit of me that just wants to know how they end it. But honestly, from a cynical point, it's a little bit of morbid curiosity, because I'm like just truly wondering how they're going to completely fuck this good show that started with so much potential. I hope they like, I hope they don't, I hope it doesn't, but I've said that just about every episode that we're
clinging on to the
is like, I
little
hope they
morsel
don't.
of hope.
Well, I hope they don't disappoint. Yeah.
There's not much left, but we're clinging on. Can you imagine what would you do when X, beginning of season 3, X leads, a group of people, like Moses did, and they go out into the open, and they run into the ghoul and Lucy.
Oh, that's how they could save the show.
That's how they save it.
They could save
That's
it.
how they save it.
Leads right into Fallout season 3.
Because we're dealing with
prelude to Fallout.
We're
my God.
dealing with all
Dude,
this bullshit.
hey, listen.
Anyways.
If season 3 of Paradise was actually the lead into and takeover, and then season 3 of Fallout, that's how they could save this show.
Would never happen, but
oh no, because apparently after the first season, the writers and creators stopped having good ideas.
That's right. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Hayden, how many?
Like the first season is good. Like the concept is really cool, but it's become this completely different thing, and I think that kind of summarizes our fucking point of why it failed.
Hayden, I believe you're team thumbs down.
I'm one down and I'm one sideways, because I'm allowing that one as the redeeming thumb. It can go either way. Season 3 to see what they do. I have a quick prediction of what I would like to see happen in season 3, or not exactly what I would like to see would happen, but what I think might happen. If it's going to stick with the theme of Paradise, X is going to lead 30,000 people to a new home. Unless, of course, Alex has somehow already saved the climate issue. I don't know how they're going to explain that. But if the Earth is habitable, then they're just going to colonize on the surface.
A whole season of them colonizing on the surface? That sounds fucking exciting.
It sure does, because then all of a sudden you can introduce all of these new characters that can create conflict. What I want to know is our current society will have a leader and then just ranks below it of other leaders that assume positions when someone retires, when someone dies, when someone's murdered. This had the president, the vice president, and then Sinatra was kind of on the side but sort of overseeing everything. They're all dead now. So who is going to take over? All of these billionaires in that boardroom, they would
Dr.
just...
Sexy.
Probably Dr. Sexy.
She already did.
Dr. Sexy.
Kat already did.
She made the call.
She made the call.
She did. She is the smartest one left. She's a doctor to 30,000 people. But is she really going to be the leader of the free world?
He's frozen. That's the
I'm
best.
frozen.
She made the... Oh.
I just got it. I just got it.
Perfect.
Did ya?
Yeah, and it's kind of when Sinatra kind of said, no, that was the right call. It kind of felt like there was a exchange in power almost. You made the right call. It's good.
Yeah, it did have that feel to it because she was standing. They all kind of looked at her.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wild, 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 bold prediction is that Alex is going to find a way to insert itself into a human host. And that's going to be Jane.
Oh.
Or the baby.
Or the baby. I'm thinking the baby is a Christ figure.
Like the baby in the
Because
basket,
Link
or-
never knows he never actually had sex with her, or maybe he's
Yeah.
fertile or something.
He was all irradiated up.
He's
So how is there
asexual.
a baby? So
He's like, I thought that was her butthole.
Oh,
Well, that's a good place to wrap it up. No, I just don't. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try and make a guess as what they're gonna do. I gotta tell you, I'm happy to forget about this episode or this season, this show for a year, and we'll see if we even get to it. Who knows? Maybe there'll be something better on at the time, and we'll think about it for 4 seconds and then make the right decision. But I don't know what we're gonna do next, people. We'll talk about it this week. The three of us will figure out. We come back with a film as a buffer while we try and sink our teeth into what might be not just a fun series for us to follow, but one to discuss and hopefully get engaged with you guys. So, yeah, until next week, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you listen to us.
yeah.
And
Tell us
until
if
then-
you like
Yeah.
this season.
Yes, and you know
then
what?
If you
Yeah,
liked
sorry.
it, you'll get a whole 20 minutes dedicated to you next episode about why we hate you and how you're stupid and an idiot.
but we enjoy you as a listener.
Yeah. And actually, we apologize to you as listeners for having to listen to us talk about such a shitty show. But anyways, folks, until next week, keep on thumbing.
Thumbs down.
I can't do that yet.
Just full of liquid.